NEWSwatch, the 5 o'clock show with Teresa Kashuba and Michelle Ferreri.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us on the 5 o'clock show. I'm Michelle Ferreri, and this is recess time for the students of Aerosmith School in Peterborough. Aerosmith School, located on Park Hill Road East, is a private school designed for children and adults with learning disabilities. The founder of this school, Barbara Aerosmith Young, is from Peterborough. She's a Peterborough native. She runs 2 schools, one out of Toronto and this one. But her programs, the Aerosmith program of cognitive exercises, can be found throughout 40 schools across the world, including Australia. Today, we're going to speak with Barbara Aerosmith Young about how she overcame her learning disability and discovered neuroplasticity, the ability to change the brain. She will be giving a talk tonight at the Peterborough Golf and Country Club at 7 o'clock. If you're interested, she is a fascinating speaker and has a lot to offer. Whether you are dealing with a learning disability or just want to hear somebody interesting speak, you should check it out. So today on the show, we're going to speak with her about how this came to be, what the school offers, who can take it, who benefits from it, and who doesn't benefit from the Aerosmith School. This is the junior classroom at Aerosmith School in Peterborough campus. Joined now with the woman who behind all of this, Barbara Aerosmith Young.
Yes, these are students with learning disabilities, and really what I see as happening is part of the brain isn't working the way it's designed to work, and I've created a number of cognitive or brain exercises to strengthen and stimulate the brain. It's based on the concept of neuroplasticity. We now know that our brain can change, and if we provide it with the correct stimulation and input, we can actually grow new dendrites. We can change the brain at a physiological level that then allows the learning to go forward. So once the students are finished this program, they go forward with being able to learn like anybody else can.
Interesting. You came from this and came into this because you yourself struggled in school, is that right?
That's correct. I had very, very severe and crippling learning disabilities, and when I started school in 1957, I was told basically learn how to live with it, accept your limitations, because that was the time of the unchangeable brain. We believed that nothing could be done about these kinds of problems. And so it was my own hunt for a solution to my learning disabilities that led me to the research that showed us that you actually can change your brain. And I created the first programs for myself and saw the results, and then decided I want to take this out into the world and work with other students. And now the program is in 40 schools in Canada, in the US, and we're just going into Australia.
What was your learning disability? What did you struggle with?
I had a number. It's a little embarrassing, but I was really uncoordinated, what would be called a klutz. My mother thought I wouldn't live past the age of 5. I was constantly bruised on the left side of my body. If I put my hand on a burner, if I wasn't looking at it, I would feel pain, but I didn't know where the pain was coming from. If something went into a drawer, it didn't exist anymore for me. And then I had what I call a reasoning problem. I didn't understand language. So even this conversation, if you'd asked me a question, I'd have to stop for maybe 5-10 minutes to try to think, what did you ask me? Because I couldn't immediately interpret language.
How long did it take you to reshape your brain to be able to do what you have successfully done?
It was probably, because there were 3 different areas that I needed to work on. It was over a course of a year. I would create the exercise,
That's it?
Try it out. Yes.
And how old were you?
I was between 25 and 26.
I was always under the impression that your brain was formed by the time you were around 5, 6, 7 years old.
To some extent it is, but we know that it's plastic, that it can change. I work with people as young as 5 and as old as 74, and we get the same results. I mean, the exciting news is that the brain is changeable across our lifespan.
We're actually going to see some of these methods that you have in place, some of these, what do you call them, drills?
I call them cognitive exercises or brain exercises.
Brain exercises. We're going to do a few of them, and we're going to find out how Aerosmith School has ultimately changed lives.
Yes.
So, Mr. Gunning, who's this fellow we have beside us?
This is one of our graduates, Luke, and he is here from Thomas A Secondary School, and he is here to tell us a little bit about his transitioning from our school to high school, and just that jump.
So you went into grade 9 at TAS?
Yeah.
How is it? How's it been?
Very smooth is how I would describe it. It's the transition because of Aerosmith has been like a feather dropping in water.
Really?
For comparison, yeah.
So why did you come to Aerosmith, Luke? Where were you at in your life in terms of school before here?
I can't remember the exact reason, like the exact problem I had, but by the time I came here, I was behind in every single subject. It was pretty bad.
And socially, that must have been very challenging with other students.
I could barely read people before I came here, and now it's like easy, so easy.
I heard you were not even verbal when you came here.
Oh, I was so quiet. I think it was more my shyness, but again, Aerosmith helps with that too.
Obviously, you're talking in front of a camera right now with a person. Yeah. Mr. Gunning, you are a certified teacher.
Yes.
And so within a class, how many students do you have in here?
We have 24 students in this class, and we have 2 teachers in this classroom with about 12 students each.
And basically, from my understanding, it's like each student has an IEP, an independent education plan?
Absolutely. Every student here has their individualized program, and they are able to work as hard as they can on their program-specific exercise by exercise, channeling what they need. So you're going to be doing the clocks exercise today.
Okay.
And the clocks exercise helps us in many different areas, understanding concepts, being able to comprehend what we're reading, what we're understanding, and even the world around us.
And these were all designed by Barbara?
This was the original one that really helped Barbara. When you hit continue, Miles is going to start, you're going to start, and you're just going to be telling me the time as fast as you can using that keyboard.
Miles,
okay?
I'm nervous. Are you nervous? No, he does this in his sleep. Okay.
Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, and click continue. And there you go, just tell me what time it is. And we'll just get the number lock on. There you go.
I'm supposed to hit plus?
Yeah, there you go. And what minute is it?
Enter?
Yep. Excellent.
What is he?
So
Are
Miles
you
has
kicking
finished
my butt?
11 clocks already. And now he's on to 13. But don't worry, you can catch up.
Miles, you are intimidating.
So Miles has already finished a full set of 25. And he's on the second set at 13.
I think I'm going to let Miles continue. This is the senior classroom. Ages 16 to 44 is what's in it right now, but it can go up to any age, ultimately. Yeah. Rob, you have come to us, Rob Gilmore, from Australia.
Yeah.
You came all the way from Australia to take the Peterborough Aerosmith School.
Yeah.
What do you struggle with in terms of a learning disability, Rob?
Well, I have got a communication disorder, so some things don't get into my head properly. So if somebody's giving me instructions, I might get it mixed up. So I might say say if it's like instruction 1, I might do number 5 first instead of number 1.
How was your social life with a learning disability?
Oh, it was terrible. It was shocking. The things that I went through at school, in my normal school in Sydney, was shocking. Like, I had no friends, and if I did have friends, they found out about my learning disability and they kind of just moved away from me. So, no, but here I've got a much better social life because when I first came here, I went out of the school and I said to my mum, everyone gets me. The teachers get me, the students get me, and I can just take my time here. And yeah, I've dreamt about a school like this since I was in like primary school or something, like elementary school.
What a moving story today. I just can't say enough about the students I've met, but behind those students, of course, are the moms. And we have joined now with us Charmaine, Cassandra, and Debbie. Debbie, you are Rob's mom, and you moved here from Australia.
Correct.
That is mind-blowing to me that you would move across the world for this. That must have been a huge decision.
It was a big decision, but once we knew about the program, we couldn't not do it because we couldn't get down another 10 years down the track and Rob's still struggling, knowing that we could have done something about it.
I wish that everybody who's watching right now who has a child with a learning disability could walk through the doors tomorrow and have this program. But we have to point out the elephant in the room. This is a costly thing to do. This is a private school. How have you, Charmaine, been able to afford this for your family?
Well, we can't afford it, honestly. Like, we've remortgaged our house and we struggle, but it's well worth the program. The benefits that already our son has been in the program for 4.5 working months. In January, he was at an SK grade 1 reading level with our own school board. And moving here in that 4.5 months time, he's now at a grade 2.6 reading level.
How old is your child that's here at Aerosmith?
P is 9.
9 years old, and why did you come here?
Well, she has some learning issues. She has auditory processing issues, so to understand what people are saying, and then with some language issues as well, to then actually speak what she needs to say in a sequential order is quite difficult for her.
If you have an opportunity, check out Barbara tonight at the Peterborough Golf and Country Club. Doors open at 7. You can just show up.